Hey everyone, Tim Schofield here. I'm really excited for this video. As you know, small, compact flagship phones are kind of hard to come by, and the Asus Zenfone 10 is here. Thanks to Asus for sending these over for us to check out. Now the Zenfone 10 keeps the 5.9-inch display that the Zenfone 9 had. This is an AMOLED display up to 144 hertz. And includes the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor from Qualcomm, which is the latest flagship processor. So you get a compact phone with the latest specs. We are going to take a look at multiple colors of this device as well. So drop a comment, let me know which color you like the most. Anyways, we're gonna see what comes inside the box and then of course get some hands-on. There's some new features to show off with the Zenfone 10 from Asus. Let's get started. Here's the new Zenfone 10 from Asus. They sent over the Aurora Green and Comet White, and I also have the other colors we can compare them to, so we will check that out in just a little bit. So drop a comment, let me know which color you like best. Opening it up, first of all, this box is tiny. So this is definitely one of the smaller boxes I've gotten in a phone in a while. It says all on hand. Opening it up, let's see what we get inside. I did drop the SIM ejection tool and a booklet, and then we have a case that's included. Always nice to see extras in the box. Setting the phone to the side for just a second. Let's see what else we get. And finally in the box you get a USB Type-C to USB Type-C cable for charging and an included charging brick via USB Type-C. This is a 30-watt brick. And as expected, same thing in the box of the Comet White. So here we go. Let's peel the plastic off of the new Zenfone 10 from Asus. A nice texture to the back of it. Actually a decent amount of grip. And let's grab our Comet White. Exact same thing. Same texture on the back. So these look really sleek. Just a quick close-up of the two. Let's grab all of the three remaining colors. The three remaining colors, Midnight Black, Starry Blue, and Eclipse Red. So really cool that they sent all the colors to check out. These are just dummy phones, these three, but really gives you a good idea of what the different colors are going to look like. And here they all are. Drop a comment. Let me know which of these 5 colors you like the best. And all of them do have that sort of sandpaper type of grip. It's more of a smooth sandpaper. It's not rough or coarse by any means, but definitely adds grip to the device. They also have this logo down in the corner, says Asus Zenfone. Anyways, I'm going to boot up our Zenfone 10, and while they turn on, we're going to take a closer look at the hardware. Down at the bottom, we've got our SIM card slot, microphone, USB Type-C port for charging, and one of our speakers. I'd like to point out that this Comet White is the only one with silver rails. All of the other colors have the black colored rails and buttons. Along the right side here is our power button, and if you look closely, it does say Zen Touch right here. We'll dive into what that means in just a second. And our 2 volume rockers. The power button is sort of flush with the side. It maybe protrudes out just a little bit. Volume rockers protrude out just a little bit more. Quick look at that camera bump. Very minimal camera bump with that dual camera system up towards the top. Microphone, and look at that. 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. Very rare to see that, let alone in a flagship phone. Finally, along the left side, absolutely nothing. All right, our phone's all booted up and ready to go. I'm gonna run through the startup process, talk about anything that's noteworthy. And just a quick close-up of the back. Honestly, I think the Starry Blue is probably my favorite. Again, drop a comment, let me know what yours is. And then along the back, we have our dual camera system. Pointing out that around the lens on the white color is silver, as opposed to black on the other colors. Also, we have a 50 megapixel main sensor and a 13 megapixel ultra wide angle lens. Also on that 50 megapixel lens, it has a 6-axis hybrid gimbal stabilizer, which will be fun to try out. You do have the option for face recognition or fingerprint scanner. Let's set that up. You know what? Let's try and set up both at the exact same time. So locate the fingerprint scanner, again, in the power button. Setting up our face. I'm sorry if the camera's not picking stuff up. I have to move my face. Oh, that was really quick to set up my face unlock. We'll test that out in just a second. And continuing with our thumb, setting it on down. There we go. Finish. You can add more if you'd like to. It lets you know about Smart Key using the power key and fingerprint scanner combo. There's a press and hold or a tap twice gesture that we will test out. System preferences, which is interesting, Asus optimized or stock Android. So we're gonna see what Asus optimized is with volume adjustment, which lets you link different audio items together into one volume slider, which is kind of neat. We'll test that out. You know what, why don't we set up one on each? Volume panel switching options a little bit different, and volume key option for incoming calls, incoming call display is different. Clock appearance on lock screen, quick settings panel, notifications, power button menu. There we go. So there are a decent amount of differences between the two. So we're going to set those both up. All set up and ready to go. Here's a closer look at that 5.92-inch AMOLED display at 1080p resolution. It can go all the way up to 144 hertz. That's while playing games. Otherwise, outside of games, it's 120 hertz. And it looks like it is enabled by default out of the box. To check that, let's go into settings, go into display, scroll down. Refresh rate's on auto, so it'll automatically adjust the refresh rate. However, you can force 120 hertz if you'd like. And also, if you take a close look at the top of the status bar, it will tell you what refresh rate it's at. So 90, 60, 120, or auto. So it'll let you know if it's on auto, 120, you have an icon up there. Also in display settings, you can change your display's color, temperature, and the screen color. There's a group of different options such as cinematic standard. You can customize it natural or optimal. Eye protection mode is there for a night light extra dim and low brightness DC dimming, which you can schedule to turn on. You also can customize your animation speed, all within display settings. Anyways, quick look at the differences between stock Android and Asus optimized. You'll notice these quick shortcuts are just a little bit different, more circles instead of those rectangles. Also, the volume menu is a little bit different. You'll see it's themed different. There's a few different button options. There's an option here just to quick mute, or if we press the settings button, it will expand just in a different way to customize a bunch of different ones. You can group certain sounds together. Keep that in mind. Looks like you can really dive into sound settings here. Let's just go into settings, and there we go, sound and vibration. If you check specific ones, it will group all of them together. So if you want your alarm and ringtone to be the exact same volume, those are all in one. So now when I switch it, it will switch all of these at once. And just for reference, I have dark mode on the green and light mode on the white. There we go, changing the wallpaper on them. I just want to point out, it's kind of crazy how compact these devices are. There's a 4,300 milliamp hour battery inside that you can wirelessly charge. With that Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, I expect battery life to be very good on this phone. All right, so very quickly, let's test out the unlock. So what I'm gonna do is, this is the face unlock phone, and unlocks it right away. I'm looking at it, boom. So it just completely skips the lock screen. I believe you can customize it so it will stay on the lock screen if you'd like to. And same with their fingerprint scanner. I'm gonna press the button, hold my thumb down. It goes straight to the home screen because it's so quick and snappy. I can go to the lock screen and then set my thumb down. That will unlock it. And let's talk about that power button on the side of the device. In advanced settings, Smart Key. Double tap for voice input. You can open the Google Assistant, or customization to choose an app or quick action. So that's up to you. There's also a long press. Right now it's power off. You can have it wake up the assistant, voice input, or completely customize it, or swipe gesture. So let's go ahead and do a swipe gesture to check or pin notification. So if we swipe down now, the notification bar will actually show up. I really do like this gesture. This was on some fingerprint scanners on the back of the phone and on the side as well. And you can go down twice, go all the way back up, so you don't have to go reach the top, but reaching the top is pretty easy. There's also a gesture for bringing the screen down. Just swipe down from about right here, and this is one-handed mode where you can use the phone, you tap up top. Just very quick and easy way to use one-handed mode. But again, this phone's so compact, you can pretty much reach wherever you'd like to with one hand. With that swipe gesture, here's just a quick look at some of the other shortcuts and actions that you can do, such as refreshing web page, playing, pausing music, skipping forward in video. A few other gestures you can use, maybe screen off or screen on with a double tap swipe up to wake up, and music controls from when this phone is locked. So not just music controls, quick shortcuts to phone, weather. So if we wanted to launch an app such as weather, let's lock the screen. Now I'm gonna write a W and then unlock the phone, and it goes straight into the weather application. And again, double tap turns the screen off, double tap turns the screen back on. Quickly, let's jump into the camera application for the first time. You can swipe down to open the settings panel for a group of different options. Let's just snap a couple quick pictures to see that shutter speed. Very, very quick shutter speed. You can go to 0.6 times, again, with that ultra wide angle lens. There is a 2x button here to zoom in 2 times, but keep in mind this is digital zoom. In terms of modes, you have time-lapse, slow-mo. For video, you can shoot all the way up to 4K 60 or 8K 24 frames per second. While in full HD in settings, you can have it adaptive stabilization to dynamically adjust the stabilization, or you can go all the way up to hyper steady, so take full advantage of that 6-axis gimbal. If there's a lot of movement, say someone's running in front of you, you're moving the camera around, it will keep everything nice and steady. You got a portrait mode, panorama, light trail as well, and more. Here's all of the different camera modes that they offer, including Pro Video and Pro Mode. Anyways, I'm excited to further test out this phone. Full review coming soon, so make sure you click that subscribe button so you're notified when that goes live. So definitely going to test this phone out. Excited to see what kind of camera shots we can get out of it. And again, it's really refreshing to have such a small, compact phone in your hand, and I know it will be in your pocket as well. So drop a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know which color you like best. And as always, thanks for watching.